Hi, YouTubies! It's me, Zachary Michael. Also, and today I am becoming a hard-hitting journalist extraordinaire. Barbara Walters, Diane Sawyer. Who else does like the hard-hitting interviews like that? The sit-down interviews. Hoda Kotb, does she do them? It's me, Zachary Michael, also, and we are doing some investigative deep dive into a man named Adam Barta, who once upon a time, Tom Brokaw, does he? Oprah? You know what? I'd rather be like Rosie O'Donnell, and this is like a talk show, and we're not doing journalism. We're just chatting. But we're getting to know the old Adam Barta today. If you don't know Adam Barta, here's the context that I have for who Adam Barta is, okay? I will say, I did ask for a bio, but I also only asked for it like an hour ago. So I don't have an official bio to give you for this, and I will let him introduce himself maybe. But here's the context that I have for Adam Barta, if you haven't been following along at home. Adam Barta is the person, the man who created the iconic Pink Fairy 123 theme song for the Pink Fairy YouTube channel once upon a time. All right. And that is such an iconic song. I think you all know that we love the Pink Fairy song over here. Been obsessed with it for a while. Even before I started covering Pink Fairy on this channel, I watched Pink Fairy for years. Probably as long as I've watched like Amberlynn Reid or Chantal Marie, I've watched Pink Fairy. And she's had this theme song for a very long time. So I've been aware of Adam Barta for as long as I've known Pink Fairy, essentially. And anyways, Adam Barta produces television, produces a show called The Dish on Tubi, on the critically acclaimed Tubi, and also has like all of these relationships with like celebrities you'd never expect, like Mama June, Tan Mom, some woman named Cynthia Beaumont that I don't know anything about and hopefully we'll learn more about today. Chickens by the Lake, old Michelle from Chickens by the Lake. He has some tea about her chicken dying that we might learn some more about today. Just a lot of lore I feel like that we can learn about today, okay? And so that's my goal. But as you know, like the whole reason this all started is because we have been on a quest because Adam took everything off of his YouTube channel. We've been on a quest to get the Pink Fairy theme song back in full. Not just like the little snippets that have been in old Pink Fairy videos, not just little snippets that y'all have found on Adam's Facebook, but we have been looking for the full song, and I have it for you all today, and we're going to do a little listening party and a little like follow-up chat with the artist that created it. So, I think we're maybe ready. We're maybe ready, but I don't. Adam, are you ready? Can I get like a? Okay, he's saying 2 seconds. 1 second. I'm also like, okay, all right. I'm just gonna wait for the okay. I don't. However you want to let me know you're ready, Adam. Just let me know. Oh, he's like moving through his home. Oh my god. He moved to a new location. Okay, he's ready. You're ready? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Adam Barta.
Hey there. I'm sorry.
No, wait, Adam Barta, she ate Marsha? Are you already jumping into the Chickens by the Lake tea?
I mean, isn't that what people want to see? Isn't that what people really want? The Chickens by the Lake tea. I mean,
how do you know she ate Marsha?
there's so much to. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. Like, because that's a whole. It's gonna open a can of worms that we're gonna have to not turn back from. Yeah, I was like, just as we're about to start, my partner works and he shares it. I was in the living room and I'm like, okay, it's fine. And of course, he started a work call, so
for sure.
I didn't want his work to hear about Marsha and chickens. So I was like, let me move outside.
Well, he's I guess his work probably doesn't want to know, but I feel like I've seen you do live streams with him where you've talked about the drama.
Oh yeah, he's all into it. He's like one of those people that like peripherally goes in and out of it. Like he loves watching her and it, but like there are times he's like, I'm not into that today. But then there are times when he loves to do it, so I'm like, okay, let's go for it, you know?
Yeah, of course.
And I apologize for not getting you the bio. I was like scrambling. I was like, oh shoot, it's 5:30. Let me get on.
You don't have to apologize for anything. I literally only asked you for that like an hour ago, so I should apologize. But
you did fantastic.
Do you want to introduce yourself? Anything I missed? Anything that you want the people to know about Adam Barta?
No, I mean, we're going to get into all of it. So, I mean, and a lot of people, and I will say I can't see the comments out here. I was inside. We're on the TV. I can see, so I can't see any comments right now. So if there's anything interesting, let me know, and I will respond.
Sure.
But yeah, you got most of it. I mean, TV producer, former YouTuber, Pink Fairy, Chickens by the Lake, you hit all the buckets.
Yeah. Also, where can people, I mean, I'll ask you multiple times when we finish too, but where can people find you? Because I know that you're not on YouTube anymore. And so people have been thirsty for Adam Barta content. Where can they go?
Well, I've been posting exclusively on Facebook right now. So if you go to my facebook.com/ I think it's Adam Barta Official, or just search Adam Barta Show for pages. All of my stuff is scheduled. We post new content every day at 12 p.m. And throughout the day, there are skits and reels and all kinds of fun stuff on there. So it's called the Adam Barta Show on Facebook. Check it out.
Stunning. Great. Should we just get started with what everybody's been waiting for, which is the full entire Pink Fairy 1, 2, 3 theme song, and then we can ask some follow-up questions. But I think we should just like listen to it together, experience the magic and wonder of this song. Yeah. I do have it pulled up here. I think I can add it to. Listen, this is like my first time in ages using StreamYard, so hopefully this all works. You're doing great. But here we go. All right, it's probably gonna just automatically start playing, I think. So here we go.
Pink fairy, 1, 2, 3. Come on, let's get fancy. Pink fairy, shop with me. Let's go to Target, Walmart, Aldi.
Everyone, good news.
Pink fairy, 1, 2, 3. Come on, let's get fancy. Her name is Crystal and she's going shopping and she's bringing along the family. Let's go to Walmart and fill our shopping cart. Let's do all the things that make us fancy. Hey, what do you know? Now we're at Five Below. Get cool lipstick, wanna be a hippie chick? Just get a lava lamp inside. When it's time for dinner, we're gonna be a winner when it's Taco Tuesday and fancy free, and the chicken pot pie has got to be the best thing we ever tasted. It's Baby Love, Pink Fairy Basin, all day long, acting strong. Hey everybody, her YouTube's on. Pink Fairy, 1, 2, 3. Come on, let's get fancy.
The rap is something.
It's something.
There's some names dropped in this rap that people recognize them.
I have questions about it.
Pink fairy. Hey, what do you know? Now we're at Five Below, but we're also at Aldi, even the Dollar Tree. Hey, look, it's Tim and Haley. They're going shopping with Crystal. Oh my God, everybody's joining the fun. There's Kicking It with Cheryl, even munching and chatting. Pink fairy. Come shopping with me. Come shopping with me. Hey, what do you know? Now we're at Five Below. We got cool things, even a pink pillow. Pink fairy. She's the Pink Fairy.
I can't see the comments.
A masterpiece. People are loving it in the chat. They were just posting a lot of like dance emojis, and
I love it.
I do have a little Pink Fairy emoji. She posted like a picture of herself with like a lizard filter. a couple weeks ago, and I made it an emo.
Oh, is that what that is?
Oh yeah,
what is that?
That's what that was in the background.
That's so funny.
So what is the lore of the Pink Fairy song? Like, how did you write a song for? Because like, I mean, no shade to old Crystal, but like, it's not like she's a huge YouTuber. Like, how did she get in touch with the Adam Barta to make her a theme song?
Well, it's like I don't think of myself as like anybody important. So like I started basically 4 years ago when the pandemic hit. I couldn't do live performances because I was known for being a singer and doing like the duets with like Honey Boo Boo. That's how I met Mama June and Tan Mom. So I like used to perform at prides around the country. I would do a lot of fun stuff, and that all just got axed overnight with COVID and with everything that happened. So basically, I had to pivot, and I was like, what do I want to do with my life now that I can't go out and do live performances? And I found YouTube. I really sort of leaned into it and started just watching it and sort of getting consumed by it just as a user and as somebody that was making content. So I found Pink Fairy was one of the very first channels. Matthew, my partner, found her, and it was funny because the way I was introduced to her was he told me that she did a haul, and this was before I even knew what hauls were. They were like, this woman, she bought all this food and she's going to eat it tonight for her family, and it was a haul of like $100 worth of food, and it was ridiculous, but I was convinced that she was eating all this. So I was like, oh my god, this woman is obese, she's eating all this food. I was fascinated with it. So I fell down the rabbit hole, and I just fell in love with her. I don't know what it was, and it was just very, very endearing to me. She reminded me of just like my family back home, and just like the things she would do. So I reached out to her, and I was like, I want to do a song for you. I've done like songs with these celebrities, reality stars. I've never done a YouTube song. Let's do something for fun and see what happens. So I just reached out to her organically. There was no money. She's never paid me a dime. She's never asked me for anything. It was just because I liked her channel.
Wow, that's stunning. That's kind of crazy to me.
Yeah,
because you do. I mean, we'll get into it later, but you do know. I mean, like you're not working with like A-list celebrities, but like I think a lot of people know who Mama June is. So like, I feel like. Like, that is nuts for her to get so lucky to be blessed. Did she give inspiration for the lyrics, or was that all your imagination, your creativity?
It was one of those things where I literally heard that track, and all of a sudden I just started singing it. It just, Pink Fairy, Pink Fairy. It just came into my mind. I can't explain it. It was meant like, and it's just that's how the earworms work, you know?
Yeah. Well, because it's like, I mean, some of it makes sense, because I'm like, yeah, she loves the Aldi, she loves the Walmart, she loves the Target. But then, like, you're like, oh, we're at Five Below, we got a pink pillow. Like, how does one create such a lyrically genius line like that?
I'll tell you. So at the time we were doing, do you remember the big thing? Not so much anymore, but YouTubers were doing like swap boxes where they would send each other boxes of stuff. So me and Pink Fairy did a swap box, and I think we were shopping at Five Below, and one of the things was a pink pillow. So I was like, we kind of put it in the song. But it was like from our, it's still up on my tubes down, but like hers may have some of it.
I should go seek that out. I should go look for her video where she did a box swap with you. That would be great.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
So I did, when I was re-listening to it today, I was like, who the fuck is kicking it with Cheryl and Munchin' and Chattin'? Because I have watched Pink Fairy for a long time. I'm like, I've never heard those names before in my life.
There's T. Yeah, so Kicking It with Cheryl she's a very sweet woman. She sort of created family content like cooking and stuff. And she used to be peripherally kind of in the community. She was part of like Pink Fairy Circle, and then something happened. She fell out of favor with Pink Fairy, I think, but I don't know what happened. And she also had personal issues, so she kind of ended her channel, I think. And Munching and Chatting, she's still around. I miss her every day. She was one of my biggest inspirations in going into streaming and doing YouTube. I love her. She's sort of a drama channel, but she covers Pink Fairy. She deals with Chickens by the Lake. She covers like a lot of the ladies, and sort of has had a lot of drama. Cynthia Beaumont, popular name. So Munching and Chatting is someone that I still, she's left YouTube too, I think, because the same thing happened to her that happened to me, which we'll get into, but it's unfortunate.
Wait, what happened to you? I mean, I think we talked about it maybe like briefly in DMs and stuff, but like what led to you? Because a lot of people, I will say, there's a lot of people in the chat who like were very invested in going through all of your content and watching it.
I appreciate that.
And in particular, they like to just like listen to the Pink Fairy song too. But yeah, what led to you making the decision to take everything down off of YouTube?
Well, it really wasn't my decision. I was sort of, my channel was kind of stagnant for a while. Like I was trying to get to 10,000 subscribers for years and years. And then with shorts came around and they had this, you know, where you could remix shorts and put yourself in them. So I did a lot of shorts and I got a lot of subscribers from the shorts. And I was growing really quickly. So I had like 30,000 subscribers. And then I started working with Facebook, doing Facebook content creation. And I was keeping them separate. But I woke up one morning and I literally had a notification there, and I have never had a strike. I've never had a copyright strike, never had anything wrong with my channel. And they said, you have been accused of reusing other people's content on your channel. We're demonetizing you unless you send us a video and explain why we're wrong and how you edit your videos and what processes you use. And I felt like that was such a slap in the face to me, considering I have TV shows that are on YouTube. Why would they accuse me of stealing? Anyway, I don't need to do that. I would never want to do that.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was absolutely absurd, and I refused to do it. And then I reached out to the chat, and the chat told me the same thing. And I just told the guy at the chat, I was like, you don't care about creators, do you? Because you're just kind of like willing to end my channel. So they just demonetized me for that reason. I still don't know what they did. Oh, and I asked them, what videos are you accusing me of reusing? And they said, we won't tell you, because if we tell you, then we're afraid you're going to go around us and do it again. I was like, what does that mean?
Wow.
So I said it's just not worth the amount of money that YouTube doesn't pay well. Like it's just Facebook is just where it's at right now for me. And I've had a very tumultuous relationship with YouTube over the years, and it just was a sour note to end it on. So I unfortunately didn't want them to give away all my stuff for free. I'm sure you can appreciate that, right? Like, you know, you work hard to make your content and what you do, and to not have a way to make money on it, as much as people, and I had this argument with my partner over it, because he is on like everyone's side, and like, everybody wants to see what you've done. They miss your songs, they miss your stuff, and I was like, I get it, and I feel bad, but I don't think it's fair to put it free now on a platform where nobody can, you know, I can't make money from it.
Yeah, know your worth. Charge double. YouTube hates to see a gay icon succeed. Homophobic.
That's what it is.
Kind of on the same lines of that, but going back a little bit to Pink Fairy. I mean, she notably stopped using the iconic theme song at some point. What happened with that? What's going on? Why did she stop using it? Did y'all fall out? Did y'all have an argument, beef?
Enter in Chickens by the Lake. This is where Chickens by the Lake inserts herself into the drama.
Not Michelle.
So Michelle, as she is affectionately called, she basically, I had never talked to her before this. This was a few years ago. I had never talked to Michelle. I found her through Pink Fairy, and I actually had reached out to her on Facebook and told her how much I liked her channel. She told Pink Fairy that she should stop using my song because it was horrible, it was stupid, I can't sing, nobody likes it, and she got in Pink Fairy's head for a bit, and Pink Fairy stopped using it, and then Pink Fairy saw what a louse she was, and kind of reversed course. But from that moment forward, that was where my beef with Michelle Bridges started. And that's why we've gone down this road of you know, Mama June and Marsha and The Dish and everything. Because she had the gall to sort of tell Pink Fairy that. So it was due to Michelle inserting her nose into it. And I think it was jealousy. It absolutely was jealousy, because I think Michelle was jealous that Pink Fairy was getting attention with that song. So she was kind of sabotaging her, saying, don't use it, nobody likes it. And Pink was like, oh, okay, I won't use it, because she had respected Michelle at the time. Now she doesn't.
Crazy. She's horrible. That just made me a whole different level of upset with Michelle. like how dare you ruin this for us, Michelle?
She did. That was Michelle's doing. I mean, I don't take anything seriously. This is not life or death drama. So I still think it's funny. The whole thing is hysterical. I made content out of it. But yeah, it's like, come on, Michelle. What was your issue there?
Yeah. So like Michelle doesn't like personally know Pink Fairy. She just like they're just in the same corner of the internet.
Correct. Yeah.
Things like
they're
that.
like in the same world or whatever, kind of doing their own thing. But I think Pink has definitely since not talked to her. She realized Michelle was no good, I think, early on. After that.
Would you ever make a Chickens by the Lake theme song?
Listen, I would if Michelle would want me to do it, and I doubt she ever would. I would absolutely, I would just for the sake of it. And that's one of those things like with Pink Fairy. I love her channel and I love what she's doing, so I would absolutely love to do that and like create a channel for her, a song for her. So, but I doubt she's gonna do that. Highly doubt
it. Well, yeah. So tell me more, I guess, then about. I didn't realize that Pink Fairy had anything to do with Michelle. So. I guess, yeah, let's transition. I do have actually a whole slideshow. Not this one, though. Don't look at that. Okay, so let's talk about old chickens. Chickens by the lake and or Marsha the chicken.
Yeah.
So the way that I even found out that you knew that I existed was that and I don't ever look to see who tags me on YouTube and stuff, so... one of your biggest fans in my chat, Maya, she was looking through your community tab post. She saw that you tagged me in something, and it said, it was like a response. I must have asked if she like ate her chickens or something, because you said in this post like she killed Marsha, or Marsha died and she ate the chicken, or so. What is the story with Miss Marsha the chicken?
So the reason I tagged you actually was for this very purpose. I don't know if you've ever addressed it, but I know you talk about her. So I was hoping that you would bring light to this subject and this attention. Topic.
Let's do it.
So she had this video for her chicken Marsha, which is it was just so over the top. It was like a eulogy for Marsha, you're my best friend. And she's crying and spreading her ashes over the ocean and So it was a little over the top. Fine, she's eccentric. I get it. But the very next video, the very next day, is her eating chicken salad mukbang. And it's her with the chicken piece in her and it's smiling, and it's juxtaposed next to this thing of her crying, my chicken died, and then chicken salad mukbang. It was very much alluding to the fact that she ate the chicken. So, like, this, I called her out on it, and it got to the point where Bruce actually said in one of the lives, now I don't know what it is, it's probably impossible to find, but he said, so what, maybe we did eat her. He actually said that once, and it was in a live, I swear to God, it was ages ago. But he literally said that, and I was like, so so what Chickens by the Lake actually, I don't remember what happened, but she started going after Mama June for some reason. And saying like Mama June was like attacking Mama June. I don't know how Mama June got brought into it. So Mama June we were producing this TV show called The Dish and hashtag The Dish. And we did a segment where like, let's talk about it. So we interviewed Mama June, and she had an experience where her grandfather butchered a chicken and served it to her for dinner one night. So it became this thing on Mama June's experience. People magazine started picking it up, and it became this whole big thing about Mama June eating her pet chickens, and it was a topic. But nobody was connecting it to Chickens by the Lake, which was making me sad. So I was like, somebody needs to know this really came from another woman, Michelle Bridges, who allegedly ate her chicken. And that's the story. I want justice for Marsha, because I want people to know that Michelle was the one that actually ate her chicken.
So what part of this, I mean, there's lots of things clearly that you can take issue with this, but is the issue that like she ate the chicken in general? Is the issue that like the day after she was crying on camera, she came on and ate chicken? Like, I mean, like, realistically, like, people eat chicken. So what is the biggest thing that is irritating to you?
Well, it gets to the bigger point of Michelle, and the thing I think that she doesn't go bigger than she is, because I think people do like her, but I think she's not sincere. She is so insincere with everything she does. I think that's her biggest downfall. She genuinely, if she like really just let herself be herself, I think people would like it, and that's the part that I like to watch about her. Like when she's just doing her thing and she's kind of clumsy and just doing silly stuff, that's what I relate to, because that's me. But when she's being insincere, oh my goodness, oh yeah, that just seems over the top and dumb. And that was the epitome of being over the top, was her crying over this chicken. It was probably a sad thing. Yeah, we miss Marsha. Here she is. But like, oh my God. Well, it just seemed very like over the top and unnecessary. Yeah. So that's my biggest issue, I think, with her.
Just coming across as inauthentic, and I don't know. To me, that kind of sounds like she's a little bit like trolly, like has some troll behavior.
Very much trolling people. Yeah. Very much trolling. And she's trolling behind the scenes because, like, look what she did with the Pink Fairy thing. Like, she had no reason to really insert herself in that business of like Pink Fairy song, you know? So why would you do that?
She does seem to like to meddle. I mean, I don't know if you were following when she like purposely copyright struck me and said that she was only doing it to get my like personal information so that she could use it against me if she ever wanted to.
What?
Yeah, she's I honestly just like happened to find her by chance. Again, didn't even know she was connected to Pink Fairy, who I have followed for a very long time. So it's fascinating that all of this is connected, that all of these.
Well, I'll tell you, I found you through years ago through your Simply Sarah, your baloney Simply Sarah video. That's like one of your famous videos. We've been watching that one for years, you know? Like that's the classic. So I was like, oh my God.
That's so funny to me because I forgot to put Simply Sarah on this slideshow, so we can just talk about her real quick. What is your connection to old Sarah?
Nothing really. We just find her fascinating. We just love watching her cook, and like Matt usually like, you know, puts her on in the background and we watch her kind of she's just very entertaining to watch. I mean, I don't know like how else to say it. And I think the fact of the matter is, like, the fact that your video, one of your most popular videos, is about her speaks volumes. Like, she's waiting to be discovered by reality TV. It's just, I hope they do it in time, is all I'll say.
Wait, what do you mean in time? In time for what? What are you worried about happening?
Have you watched the video where she's put in the machine and they spin her upside down and she has like, she almost dies and she comes back from the dead?
What? I have not seen that at all.
Watch. You need to go. You will react to this video, please. I'm begging you. Your fans are going to want to see it. She talks about how she was put in a machine that she had something in her lungs, pneumonia, and they put her in a capsule and they spun her around and she died, and then they brought her back to life, and it was like, search Simply Sarah almost dying. React to it. You're going to love it.
That's crazy.
Jeez.
Yeah, wow. No, it was funny to me when you said to me that you knew me from the Simply Sarah Reacts, because I think I did that one, and honestly, people love Sarah, and people thought I was like bullying her. And, like my comments were filled with people that were like, "You're being so mean," and I was just like, I ain't never heard of bologna salad before, and I was just intrigued by it as a concept. I even like made it myself and made it in a video and ate it and tried it, and it was fine. But
it's just the visual of that was just so horrifying, and then it's just no good.
Okay, stunning. All right. Anything else about old chickens by the lake? Any other tea that I might not know about? I clearly don't know the lore the way you do.
Well, yeah, so that's pretty much it. I mean, we have it like I've been in a couple of her lives, and she yells at Bruce. She's like, "Get him out of here, Bruce! Get him out of here!" Nate. Well, the thing also that annoys me, she has a grown son who's 20-something years old, and she puts him in every video, and he has a personality, which is for good, bad, whether you like it or not. And then she gets mad when anybody comments on him, and she says, "Don't you dare talk about him." It's not off limits if it's an adult that you're filming all day, putting in all your videos. You know, I don't believe in making fun of people at all. Like, listen, I like shade, and this is what I like about you, is you know how to throw shade, but you do it in a fun way where you're laughing. You're not making people feel awful about themselves, and that's what I like to do. It's like, you know, except for Michelle, who gets what she has coming to her. But, like, you know, everybody else usually that's nice deserves, you know, to have a level of decorum, I think, with what they say. And people do cross the line, I think, especially with him. But I will say this, Nate does get the essentials, and the Two Chickens by the Lake fans will understand that.
Gets the essentials? What is that?
So, on Christmas time, Chickens gave him, Nate, it's her son, her adult son, she gave him $100. She says, "I gave him $100 for essentials." And the people took that to mean that he was getting $100 to live off of for the year for all of his essential items. Toothbrush, so $10 a month for everything, toothbrush, toothpaste. And there was a big controversy that she gave him $100 for the essentials.
That's crazy.
What it was, well, actually, in her defense, though, what it later was discovered was that he was talking about a PlayStation game called The Essentials. So it was actually $100 for a PlayStation game.
Also, I guess it was like crazy that people would think that was for the year or whatever, because like he literally lives with her. I just assume that he gets all of his essentials paid for by old Bruce and Michelle.
They were accusing them of just, of strapping him, like bootstrapping him and being very tight with poor Nate. But I do have to say in her defense that, that was not what it was.
Yeah. She's the next slide is Mama June, and so this is going to be the segue into old Mama June. But she even just recently has still been beefing with Mama June, because I feel like I happened to click on, when you were still on YouTube, I randomly clicked on a live stream you were doing, and you were discussing how she said, it was, I think, around the time that Mama June's daughter passed away, and and Michelle was like talking shit about June's daughter or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, she said, and I quote, "Burn in hell, Mama June." And it was something she didn't say. She said something like, "Get her out of, get her. I don't want Mama June talking about it." Because I think someone was trolling her in the chat and mentioned Mama June, but I mean, she's got to know who Mama June is. And she was like, "Burn in hell, Mama June. You're banned from our chat." And I was like, this was literally after the woman's daughter had died. And I sent it to June, and she was furious. So I was like, I'm going to react to her online. And I did a reaction because I was like, I don't know what her issue is with her. Now, whether or not, maybe she didn't know that the daughter died, but even if she didn't, just to say burn in hell is just so crass. Like, it's not the sweet Michelle that we see here eating a chicken or whatever.
I think these are orange slices.
Orange slices, yeah.
I literally just Googled chickens by the lake, and this was one of the pictures that came up.
Yeah.
So anyways, Mama June. Also, I just literally Googled Mama June and Adam Barta, and this is one of the photos that came up. So
from the dish.
There you go. How did you? So I think you said earlier that you used to like sing songs with Mama June or Honey Boo Boo, and how did you get in contact with the old Mama June family?
Well, I had done a song with Honey Boo Boo Alana in 2015, the Honey Boo Boo Bop, because we had like the same manager.
Okay.
And June and I kind of didn't talk for a few years, and then right around the pandemic, she moved right up the block for me, pretty much, like very close to my town. And they were going to film a season of Mama June's TV show, reality TV show, at my house. And I was going to be her best friend, and I was going to be helping her get her life back together.
Okay.
So it was when they first did Redemption, Mama June, Path to Redemption or whatever. So I was going to be like her best friend, gay bestie that was going to get her life back together. And if you look in that summer, we were doing like photo shoots on the beach, doing yoga and going volunteer work and doing all this positive stuff to help her image. So when the time they were literally coming down to shoot the show, they were flying the film crew in, was coming, the house was ready, everything, and they had to COVID test. This was November of 2020, and sure enough, I tested positive for COVID. So the night before they were going to film the show, they canceled everything with me, and I say everything, like literally wrote me out of the show and was like, "We're not going to wait for you to get it better. We're just moving a new season in a new direction." And I was like, whoa. So I was like devastated because I had put so much energy into that summer into making it happen. And they were telling me like, this is going to change your life. You're going to be on a big reality show. And I was naive at the time. So I was like in my head for a long time. And as I started doing YouTube, I was like, screw this. I'm going to take Mama June and just make my own reality show. So she actually came to live with us for like a couple weeks. She was staying when her boyfriend was in jail. Now husband was in jail, and we filmed The Dish. We like filmed a bunch of segments, and that's when Cynthia Beaumont was working with me. So Cynthia and June just had missed each other. They had done a couple lives together, but they just missed filming in person together. And we kind of created all these YouTube scenes, and then we put them all together, and we created The Dish, which was like this reality show about nothing. It's kind of like the Seinfeld of reality shows. Like, it's about making a reality show, and it's kind of a lot of nonsense, but that kind of was how it happened. Like, she just kind of fell into my lap, Mama June, and I was like, let's do our own show. You're here for a couple weeks, and the rest is kind of history.
Are you still in touch with? I mean, I feel like so much has happened in Mama June's life since like 2020. So do you still keep in touch with her family?
Yeah, she sued me. I'm be careful what I say here. She sued me on TV with on A&E a couple years ago for executive producer credit on this show because she didn't get executive producer credit. So she wound up winning that case. She got her executive producer credit, and we went our ways. And yeah, we're still friends. We still talk. I still love June, and yeah, I still love love her and the fam.
On A&E, was it like a Judge Mathis show or something? Like, what was...
It was so bad. Like, first of all, it was a live court show outside. They were trying to do like A&E or PD live PD, but they were trying to do it like with a court. So the judge was horrible. Like, we were the highest rated episode, by the way. It only lasted like 10 episodes, and we were the highest rated one. And yeah, it was like literally outside, 500 degrees. June and it's on YouTube. Google Mama June, Adam Barta, Court Night Live. It's there.
Yeah, somebody in the chat just named it right there. Yep, Court Night Live. Wow, iconic. I didn't know about that. Is it just Mama June, or are you in touch with like Alana, Pumpkin, the whole gang?
I only talk to Pumpkin, or like I don't talk to Alana really. Like just when we're if she needs a favor or something, I'll just happily help them out. But I don't really like chat with them on a one-on-one basis. June I do. June I talk to all the time.
A lot of people have asked me throughout the history of my YouTube channel to cover all of the various Mama June stuff, but like I haven't actually. I mean, no shade, but I just haven't actually watched any of their content since like. Literally, Here Comes Honey Boo Boo on TLC, like a long time ago. So, fascinating to know, fascinating to learn about.
Yeah.
All right, so the next person is. Oh wait, I thought I had Cynthia Beaumont next, but I have Tan Mom. So
we'll do like the
Tan Mom. Tell me, so how does one get in touch, get connected to the old Tan Mom?
We had ironically, it was the same manager that I worked with Mama June. So years ago, back in 2013, they had this woman Gina had connected me and Patricia, and it was right when she came out, and it was to do a song together. That was the very first like viral song that I had ever come out. It was in 2013. And we've had like a crazy relationship over the years, and then in 2018 we had the big hit with Free to Be Me on Howard Stern and Sirius. And then she was running for Senate last year. We've had a couple reality shows thrown in there, so it's been quite a journey with Tan Mom.
Yeah, I think I saw you made a like campaign ad for her Senate run. I think we watched it one time on stream. I don't think I recorded it for YouTube or anything, but I think we did watch it.
Probably, yeah. She was running for Senate last year, and then she dropped out of the race. But Vice TV actually filmed a whole documentary on it as well, which is on YouTube. You can see.
I'm gonna have to add that to the list. I would like to see the documentary of her run for Senate, because was running in Florida?
She was running in Florida as a Republican, but pro-LGBT. So go figure that one out. That was a lot of very interesting,
very
dynamic
fascinating. There. And you're still in touch with her?
Yeah. Still talk to Patricia. She wants to do a season 2 of her Tan Talk show, but I'm just like, find us a sponsor. So if anybody knows sponsors that love Tan Mom, float them her way, because we'll do more stuff.
I don't know if you're gonna find them in my chat, but
yeah, or any chat, to be honest with you. I'll be honest.
How do you? One last question about her, and then we'll go on to Cynthia Beaumont, who I honestly know nothing about, but people in the chat really want to know about. Just one last question: how do you feel about these? I mean, you are in person with these like Daisy Dukes she's got on in this picture. Like, are they as short as they look in real life?
Oh God, yeah. I mean, her breasts were popping out of that shirt. Like, she doesn't have a problem being naked, especially in front of me. So yeah, like there was nothing left for the imagination.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
She's on Twitter. I just saw she posted a topless photo on Twitter, and it got 1 million interactions. And I'm like, holy cow, you need to charge for this, lady. Like,
yeah, I guess I was gonna ask what is she up to today? What is she doing?
She's doing her she's releasing a book. She's working on releasing a book and doing cameos. She makes a 6-figure living off of doing cameo messages.
That's great. I gotta up my cameo rate. A 6-figure living off of cameo? That's crazy.
I know.
That's crazy. All right, Cynthia Beaumont. Also, I picked this picture because the chat loves squirrels. Does she have a pet squirrel? There were lots of pictures of her with the squirrel.
She does. The squirrel whisperer is her character, so she's constantly feeding and making friends with all the squirrels.
She's a squirrel whisperer, or that's just a character she plays?
No, I guess she believes herself to be one, but I think that's part of like one of her personas. Like she makes friends with squirrels and she talks to them. So I mean, it's much cuter than the other stuff she's doing. So I am all for that. I think.
What's the non-cute other stuff she's doing?
Well, her biggest thing that she got all of her subscribers from is doing the cringe character, the Sweet Tooth, which is like basically this character that's covered in bugs and eats candy. And she just films hundreds, if not thousands, of shorts of her doing that, and that's what's got her all her subscribers.
Okay, all right. How did you get connected to Cynthia?
I found her the same way I found Pink Fairy. We just started watching her, and I reached out to her, and I was like, "You're really cool. I like your channel. Let's like kind of work together." And it took her a while to trust me, like, and then I was like, "No, I genuinely want to do stuff with you." And I think she saw that I was working with like Mama June and everybody, so she was like, "Okay, he's kind of legit." And we had a really good working relationship for the time that we did. You know, she's really, I will say, she really does work hard for what she wants, and she definitely, you know, is very strong-minded. So I think that's, you know, can be good or bad, but, you know, ultimately our relationship was just went down the hill.
Yeah, are you there are some people that in the chat that are aware that there's some kind of level of beef or contention. Is there are you comfortable talking about that? Is there anything that in particular that like really just made your relationship go south?
Well, I'll start it on the positive note. You know, recently Cynthia had reached out to me, or I reached out to Cynthia. I forget who reached out to who, but she let me know that she felt bad that my channel got terminated, the monetization got terminated the way it did, and she really felt bad. So I appreciated that. So at the end of the day, like, there's really no bad blood, I think, that between us like that. We started working together, you know, and we were both had the same goal, and I think we just had really different ideas of how to get there, and I just kind of wanted different things. She's very much happy like going, and I'm kind of circled back to this place ironically, but she's very happy living like on social media and kind of like in her lane, whereas I was kind of trying to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Let's move this to TV, let's go further and further. So I think she really just had different visions of what she wanted, and I don't know if there's any incident that really fell out between us. She just literally stopped talking to me one day and then blocked me on everything. And I never got a solid reason what I did. What I heard from other people was that she was upset that I wasn't really valuing her. But I don't know, like, I'm not making thousands of dollars off of the stuff that I was doing. So it's not like I wasn't paying or anything. Like, I was just doing the best that I thought I could with our shows and stuff, getting them out there. So
maybe she should sue you for executive producer credit on hashtag the dish.
Well, Tan Mom actually sued me on another show, Judge Jerry, and you can Google that. The chat can Google that, and she was involved in that because she was. I don't want to get the whole thing. Google Judge Jerry, Tan Mom, Cynthia Beaumont, and there's a whole thing that came up with her.
All the litigation. Oh my god!
I know. I'm like the king of poor TV, apparently. Just watch out, Judge Judy.
I would love to go on Judge Judy. I'm not gonna lie. Love Judge Judy.
I'd be scared, but I would love it. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I knew about all these other people. Like, I have context for Tan Mom, for Mama June, all these. I literally had no idea who Cynthia Beaumont is. No shade, Miss Cynthia, but I just, like, I don't really have too much else to say unless there's something else you want the people to know.
So actually, Cynthia. Another way that I found Chickens by the Lake and got me onto her was she feuded with Cynthia Beaumont. So Google Cynthia by the Lake, Cynthia Beaumont, Chickens by the Lake. There's a reaction video that Michelle does to Cynthia where she goes in on her. You really see Michelle's vicious side, and it's hysterical.
Yeah, I feel like that's the thing about Michelle is that she presents this like really nice, like loving person in most of her videos, but when she's mad, like, because she did a reaction to me reacting to her, and
I saw that.
She was so mad at me, and it's like crazy because then the next video she's like, actually I don't have any issues with Zach. I'm like, what is your problem? Like,
she's all over the place, all over the place.
But yeah, maybe we'll have to go dive into the Cynthia Beaumont Michelle Bridges drama.
I think it's worth diving into. It's definitely classic videos.
Zach, are you going to sue Adam? Not currently, maybe. Maybe if he brings me on the dish and then I sue him for executive producer credits.
Yeah, we could bring you on. We've already talked about that, to bring you on the dish next season. I mean, I would love to get Simply Sarah on the dish. She would be, if she would ever do it. That would be so iconic.
We got to get her on reality TV. What if not the dish, what other reality TV shows would you like Simply Sarah to find her way to?
Well, anything I'm producing. So we could do like seance with the queens. You could have a seance and contact the spirit of Jamie's dead relatives or Betty's ancestors that make the fries.
Mm.
We could do her on Tan Mom show. Tan Mom and Simply Sarah meet. Maybe Sarah shows her how to cook. That would be very interesting.
Yeah. Sounds like you got
Um,
ideas.
Oh yeah, I'm ready to go. As soon as the money's there, we're ready to roll.
Speaking of the old seance with the queens, you know a lot of drag queens.
I do.
And I'm just like, how? I guess it's probably, you probably got connected with them through like doing pride gigs and things like that. I mean, like, how do you? These are four of my faves. Two of which
Oh.
because they're here in Chicago. But
Yeah.
how did you get connected with drag queens, and how did you convince them to get involved with like talking to the dead? Because I don't, I guess I've not followed Kimura for a long time, and I had no idea she talked to like spirits or things like that.
Well, with that show, we were doing a pilot. We kind of shot the pilot first, and we cast Kimura because she was involved in the dish, and she was really good to work with. One of my favorite queens. So we were like, let's. Would you be interested in doing a séance? We wanted to film like a Halloween special, and we filmed it last year, and then it came out so good, we got greenlit for like 4 more episodes. So we're like, okay, let's make more, and we were able to show them kind of. She did have a really good experience with it, Kimura. And she's amazing to work with, so talented and so easy going, like so not full of ego, and I love people like that. So she had a really good experience, Kimura, and then we're like, let's do more. So we actually had another drag queen. Here's some tea for you. I don't know, I don't want to spill the name though. There was another drag queen, very famous drag queen, that was recently on an all-star season that was supposed to be in episode 2, and we booked her, paid for the airfare, got a contract, had her deposit ready. The night before, she canceled because she got another gig, and we were left high and dry with no drag queen.
Oh.
So we cast Lisa Wilcox, who's a scream queen, and it worked out. But this drag queen had screwed us over, and I don't want to say who she is, but I was very appalled that someone would cancel the night before after your flights have been paid for another gig when you're getting paid.
Crazy. Are there any? I mean, I guess you already did kind of give hints about like a recent All Star season. Any other vague hints?
A similar name. There's a similar name to Kimura. That's a really big hint. I probably shouldn't have said that, but I won't say. As long as I don't say the name, the algorithm won't find it.
Yeah,
But
it's fine. I'm not gonna guess right now. So you're good. Actually, the Zachary Michael lore is that I don't actually personally know Kimura, but long ago, back when I was actively dating people, I dated her roommate. Well, dated. I talked to her roommate, who no longer even lives in Chicago anymore. But yeah, that's some Zachary Michael lore. In case anybody cared, you probably don't.
have you met her?
Say what?
Have you met her?
I've
You've
seen
met
her. I've seen her perform, but I did not meet her while I was talking to said man that was her roommate. So she would have no idea who I am. But I have seen her perform like in clubs in Chicago. Any other fun stories about working with drag queens?
Yeah, I mean, I love you have Tammy Brown up there. I love working with Tammy.
She
was
is
like
a hoot.
she was one of the first. She was the first queen we cast for the dish, the very first queen. And you know, she's been like, she's also in 10 to 10. She was in Tan Mom show. Oh, here's a piece of drag trivia. My drag mother, I actually have a drag mother, not that I'm a drag queen, but is Javier Rivera, who is Rebecca Glasscock, who's on season 1.
Yeah.
So that's my drag mama, and that's also how I know, like, so basically years ago, the Logo Network, if you remember, that was like the gay MTV when they were around. When they first started, I was doing music, and they used to play a lot of my music videos. In fact, here's a crazy story. I was hosting this show called Pop Lab, and Lady Gaga was coming in to host the episode right after me, and they asked me, do you want to stay and meet her? And I was like, no, and this was before she was big. I was like, no, I don't really have time to meet her, and I left before I met her.
Crazy.
And I always kill myself for not staying around to meet her after filming that show.
That's wild.
But in Logo was the start of my career, and that's kind of how I got tapped into a lot of drag stuff. I used to get invited to all the events and the premieres, and I used to work with World of Wonder, hosting the red carpet. So very, very tapped into it as over the years.
Yeah, and that's like where Drag Race started out. So that makes tons of sense. All right. Well, I personally love all the queens that are on the screen.
Me too. They're all my. I would love to work with all of them again, and I hope that I do. It's funny because James actually, I asked James to be in the dish before she was on All Stars, or before it was known. And when she was cast, she was like, I told her I didn't know you were on All Stars. She's like, sure, Jan. I'm like, no, I didn't know you were on. I genuinely thought you were a star. That's why I cast you. You know, and I was right. So.
Yeah, we sometimes like raid into our Twitch streams after we finish streaming. So she's over here on Twitch too. She's all over the place. She's very talented.
She is. She's got a huge following.
I think that's the last slide. It is the last slide. So
it's my sweaty mess with it.
Just wrapping up. Are there any other like celebrities, pseudo celebrities you aspire to work with? Like who would be your dream?
Well, I mean, obviously RuPaul, because he is just such an icon. I don't know if it will ever happen. I mean, I do know Michelle Visage. Like I know Michelle personally.
Oh.
So I mean, we may work with her. That would be cool. But Ru would be just really a dream, I guess, at this point. And trying to think who else, like, yeah, I just love that show so much, and I love reality TV, so I like just, I like meeting characters, personalities, and YouTubers. I mean, honestly, like, I'm the type of person that roots for the underdog, so I like the YouTubers, the people that nobody knows about. That's the people I like to discover, like the Pink Fairies,
Yeah. Are there any other, like, untapped, undiscovered YouTubers that, like, are on your radar that you would be able to recommend to the chat? We love an obscure, like, YouTube channel that not a lot of people know about over here.
I have two amazing recommendations. One's a man, one's a woman. The first, her name is The Queen. Her name is Crystal, The Queen. She does YouTube, or she does Dollar Tree, she does haul, she does shopping, and she watches Chickens by the Lake. She has opinions, but she is just she's very fun, and she's got a great personality. Her voice is like, hello friends, like very chic and very fun. Like she takes the Dollar Tree haul and the haul stuff to the next level. Like she infuses personality. So I love The Queen. And also Thomas Cole, reality show. It's a reality show on YouTube. He's a singer. He does a reality show. He's a gay dad with two twins that is rich and lives in New York City.
Oh, okay.
So it's very interesting seeing his adventures and all the stuff he does. Thomas Cole show. So those are two I would definitely recommend.
Stunning. Yeah, I mean, like, my whole bread and butter on YouTube and on Twitch is finding maybe people that not a lot of people are watching. I mean, literally
Me too.
Are you familiar with, like, the other people I cover on my main YouTube channel? Like, the Amberlynn Reed, the Foodie Beauty.
I have a question. So what is the deal with Foodie Beauty that so many people are obsessed with her, and she gets viewers like I've never seen, and why is nobody putting her on reality TV? She's clearly got the audience.
Oh, because Foodie Beauty, I think the thing is she's an ongoing mess. And I honestly think for both her and Amberlynn, like, I think that they're both too controlling of their own narratives to be on reality TV. Like, I know Amberlynn specifically has actually, like, talked with TLC producers at different, like, she's mentioned this on her channel. Yes. And I think that she never makes it because, like, if you have followed Amberlynn specifically for a long time, like, she very much wants to control the narrative that's on her channel. Like, she wants people, like, so I can't imagine her, like, dealing with producers that are like, well, we're going for this specific story or things like that. Like, based on what I know about how reality TV sometimes works. And I would guess Chantal is very similar. Although I don't know if people are offering her anything.
That's exactly what happened with me and Cynthia Beaumont. You hit the nail on the head there. I was sort of like the producer trying to tell her we need to do this, this, and this, and she just was too headstrong. And I guess because I'm not, like, from Netflix, she didn't really want to take what I was saying seriously. So I think that's where we butted heads, me and Cynthia.
Yeah. Fair enough. But yeah, I mean, I honestly, I followed Amy and Tammy Slayton for, like, years before they ever got the 1,000-pound sisters on TLC, and, like, I do think, like, there is a lot of content and people to be found on YouTube that would make great reality TV stars. And, like, Tammy and Amy are, like, perfect examples of that.
Examples.
But I don't know that Amberlynn or Chantal Foodie Beauty could ever be that level of like authentic and or just like giving the narrative over to other people like that.
It's sad because I feel like they could be so successful. Like they literally have what most people are dreaming of at their fingertips, and they're just kind of like wasting it, you know.
Yeah, but here we are.
Here we are.
Anyways, I think that's probably a good place to wrap up. But Adam, do you want to like plug yourself one more time, just in case people want to find you, want to check you out on social media?
Can I do that on YouTube, or are you gonna get banned if I plug myself?
I think you'll be fine.
Talk about myself. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
No.
You are.
Now you get it.
You are dark-sided. Oh my gosh. Okay. What do you know about plugging yourself?
She's not a Christian. So, Facebook.com/Adam Barta official. The Adam Barta Show on Facebook. That is where I'm posting all of my best, funniest, new song stuff. And if you guys want to see songs, I would say go over to the Facebook page. I respond literally to every single comment on my page. Even though there's so many of them, I'm up till midnight responding. So comment if you want to see the Pink Fairy. Let me know the stuff you want to see. I will post it over there. I'm off of YouTube, you know. I support you guys on YouTube, but follow me on the Facebook.
Stunning. Great. Anything else? Like, I mean, I follow you on Instagram. Do you not want to plug the Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram. I'm sorry, Instagram. Like, do you find Instagram's like a dead medium? Everybody's complaining that Instagram is just like gone south and nobody wants to use it anymore.
I mean, I don't really use it for, I don't know, like my YouTube business. I mostly just post like photos of me and my partner and my dogs, so
for fun. Yeah, so you're fun. Yeah, I think that's what I want to use it for. So I mean, follow me, Adam Barta, on there if you want, but Facebook is the place to be, I think, for fun.
Work. Okay, well, Adam, thanks so much for taking time to fill us in on all of the lore, from Pink Fairy to Michelle and Marsha the chicken, R.I.P. Also, are y'all gonna do a seance to bring old Marsha back on the
Listen, season 2 of Seance with the Queens, I think that is an episode we could bring you in on, Zachary.
We need to get in contact with Marsha the chicken. We need.
I would be all for that. Mama June could be in that episode too, maybe, in contacting the chickens, like her dead chickens.
I would love to hear the story from the chicken side. Anyways, thank you, Adam, so much.
Shout out. I want to do a quick shout out at Quetcher Media to my partner Greg and JoJo. Yeah. They are the fabulous people that run do all the fun stuff with me. So check out Quetcher Media as well. .com.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Adam. Appreciate you. Thanks for doing this.
And she ate Marsha. That's what I'm ending.
She ate Marsha.
She ate her.
Thank you so much, Adam. Bye. Well, there you go. There you have it. There you have it. Did you all get all the questions answered you wanted? It was hard to like continue having a conversation and also see what y'all were saying. But yeah, that was fun. That was a good time. I feel like we learned so much. But YouTube, I'm going to end the recording now and then I'm going to keep chatting with Twitch afterwards. But bye, YouTubies! Subscribe!